Morning guys, Sunday, August the 18th. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but the weather hasn't been my favour, too much rain. I've still been coming down, got the chickens to sort out, and since the last video I've acquired a cockerel. Yes, I give it a name. You probably guess it. Henry. My middle name. So, yeah, there's a lot of weeds, but this is the best thing I ever did, getting rid of this middle bed. When I get the other one gone, I'm going to be laughing for getting around all the beds, keeping them weed free. I'll be laughing. At the moment I'm looking at the plum tree, loads of long-tailed tits. They are going berserk. A lot of you wonder why or how you end up with all your fly on your brassicas. I bet most of you keep fruit trees. Check them. No trees free of insects. But if you've got a curl, a leaf curl, you've got a load of aphids. Now, at the turn of the year, yes, you'll see a few insects. But before your predators get in, what do you think takes over? What do you think starts the process? All your tits, your long-tailed tits, your blue tits, they love fly. Especially green fly, black fly. They'll start the process off before your ladybirds get in. So I always encourage them in the garden. At the moment, I feel sorry for Henry. He's only 3 months old and he's henpecked to hell. I know the feeling. But give him another few months, matures a bit, I'm sure he'll put them in order. I'm sure he will. So at the moment, I've been doing a bit of seed sowing. I'm going to do a bit of harvest in the moment. Something to take home. It's Sunday. You can't beat a bit of fresh stuff from the garden. Sunday dinner. the only thing I'm at the moment I'm short of is my carrots. But I'm using the deep beds like I've always done. They've always survived very well in there. Anything in the shorter beds, the flies had. This year, the flies took a bloody lot, but I've got a variety called Eskimo. It needs to go in this month. So, it's an overwinter variety. Well, drifted through the winter. I might escape the fly now. We'll see what happens. The parsnips are still doing very well. I've got 1 bed of them. But when you consider there's 20 or nearly 30 parsnips in the bed, if not more, and we only use them on a Sunday mostly. If you're growing big enough, one will do each Sunday dinner. Yeah, they'll last. I've been starting a few seeds off. I've got more to start off yet. What I thought was complete here, taking this centre bed out. Nah, I'm not finished, but we'll come to that later on. Oh, but everything's going well. One thing I've not been bothered much with this year, and it's still carrying on, I don't have much problem with slugs and snails. It's been a very good year for me when it comes to dealing with things, something like that. I've not used 1 slug pellet yet this year. However, the pellets I am still using are in an air rifle. Bloody rats. They're still getting in the greenhouse. But I'm going to have to sort that before we get too close to the winter. And this other centre bed, I don't think it's so much impatience. It's knowing what I want to be done. It's not what I need to be done. I mean, I've got things like dahlias growing in one of the beds on the side I can't get to. Left in from last year when I used one bed for dedicated flower bed, and I just didn't get the roots out and they grew away again. They're nice, sure, I just can't get them for flowers for the wife. But anyhow, like I said, I was going to make all around here the new area for the winter brassicas, and then I thought, well, I'm not finished yet, there's something else I want to do. But like I said, we'll come to that. Hopefully it all explains. I'm going to try and measure me tallest sunflower. Now I've lost 2 of them and they've stood well in the winds, no problem. But we don't have big birds around here, we have flying bloody elephants. One was toppled straight to the ground and the other one was bent 3 foot from the ground. So there's no way to stake that up, just gonna have to come out. I mean, I've got one growing behind us. It was just a volunteer seed from last year. And, well, there was 2 of them, I've actually pulled one out. They had no posts, no supports. Because they will have to grow naturally in the breeze. They obviously produce the roots in here to support themselves. And even in this wind now, I mean, this is a fantastic day as compared to what we've had. Sunshine, sometimes it's off and on, we get some long spells. But even now there's a bit of wind getting up and the sunflowers take no harm, it's got no support. But next year I would love to see a hedge of sunflowers. I would love to see a hedge. One thing I've not seen is a field of sunflowers, which Stumper one from Canada. There's a plug for your Stumper. When? He's promised to send me a bit of footage of a field full of sunflowers, which I've never seen before. So we'll get on with the tour, see what's what. I've had to do my work before the video. We'll take it from there. Well, once I got the centre bed taken out, I thought I'd start planting me winter veg, me hungry gap. So I've got about 10 cabbages in here, tundra, nice hearting Savoy cabbage. But overnight the pigeons came down, which I didn't expect. But they do what they do. So I've put bottles over, all behind the top corner one because I ran out of balls. And well, they've left none of them blind, so they'll survive. When I say blind, they haven't took the centre grown point out, so they're okay. And then I stopped there, I thought, hang on, I'm not finished down here. Get turned round. I've got these chrysanthemums to go into the core frame here. I thought this bed here, well, the side woods are rotten, but it's only leaving a very narrow gap near where the hens are. So if I knock it down to 4 foot, I'm going to have room either for my scooter or my little 4-wheel sit-on gadget. So I decided against planting any more in here, and I took a chance where my summer brassicas were. I've started planting up with the winter brassicas. But up to now I've come across no club root, and I wouldn't expect much club root, if any, from the winter brassicas because the temperatures are too low anyway for it to breed in the soil. But you never know. Don't take silly chances, but I'm taking one. Well, like I said, I've decided the crops for the hungry gap They're in where this year's brassicas have been. Put them in yesterday afternoon. Quite happy, got a bit of work done. Especially after all this bloody rain. So I've got 2 rows of collie. Then there's 3 rows of calabrese. Kale. And the last 3 plants at the very end, they're the Nero di Toscana. I have to work out what these the other 2 rows are. Well, I've said before I've had very little pigeon problem this year, but first time ever I've had a serious caterpillar problem. Well, the only thing is I can't eat the tops, but it is going to go in my favour. You see, it limits the canopy for the aphids. Now, this was awash with whitefly earlier. A couple, not many. But I normally like to put something around as a to go with them to repel the insects, and most people put marigolds around. My preferred plant is actually tagetes for the strongest scent, which, if you remember the turn of the year, I'd sown some that started germinating, bloody rats ate them. Well, them rats are still here. A red cabbage, calibos. That's starting to hard up nice. Right. Unwanted and unwelcome visitor. Bugger off. Now, the damage when you have a hen run loose in your garden, especially when it's not one of yours. There were peas, French climbing beans and sweet peas growing, well, not just in this bed, the one behind us as well. But the bug has been scratching along the bottom, disturbed the roots, and that's what's happened. So all my peas, French climbing beans, you know, and sweet peas, they're done for this year. I've accepted that. I have to think new ways next year. But I have approached the gentleman concerned. I've kept it out of the committee. Hopefully it's amicable. He was doing something to remedy the situation. For now, I'll leave it at that. Now, I can't remember if I put it on video last year, the cuttings I took, kiwi fruit. Now this one is a miniature variety. Oh, believe me, sweet as hell. They're only about the size of well, gooseberry basically, but they are very sweet. Well, I lost all the ones I took as semi-ripe cuttings, but I've always said if you fail one way, try another. Now these were taken from softwood cuttings, and I took 4 cuttings, all 4 have took. So I've got these to pot on whenever possible. Well, one plant I never got to see flower last year. I remember putting bulbs in for Eucomus, foxtail lily, and I never got to see them flower. Nope, I spent a long spell in hospital. This year, I see the flower. What a gorgeous flower that is. Get myself further forward. That's a smasher. I've actually got to see it. Well, I found I get better results by training the butternut squash up canes, because if I left on the ground, half the time the insects don't find the flowers. But I don't know if you can see one. Well, it's just behind the leaf. There's one forming. Let's see if I get the leaf out of the way. Yeah, I'm sure there's more. But the earlier they fertilise, the bigger I expect it to be. And there's some forming up the stem. Can I see it? Yes. And behind them, the leeks. Now that bed's coming out as well. But I've been toying on the idea, lifting the leeks, transplanting them where the onions were. Well, when you consider it, near the end of the season you tend to dig them out and earth them until you need them. But I want this bed out, I don't want to wait too long, because basically as soon as the sweet corn's finished and the butternut squash, I want to start taking this bed out. Then I can correct the side of that one, and then I've got access all around. Yeah, I've got dahlias left in there from last year. They were called nest dahlias, pompons. Obviously missed them 2 roots. Well, I can't get in because of all the bloody ants. But once this set of bed's gone, I've got access all around. The ants are moving home. I'll have the buggers. Oh. Hashtag sunflower competition 2019. If you look carefully, the one at the back, that's the Russian giant, and this one is Titan. When you consider 6.5 foot to the apex of the greenhouse, it's gone past another 4 foot at least. I will try and measure it, but basically this one, the flower's not fully formed yet, so I could grow potentially another foot, a foot plus. But the Russian giant, well, that must be 8.5 foot. So I'll see what it's like at the end of the day. See what stamina I've got. I might need help measuring that one. Right, I'm going to do my best to measure this sunflower for the hashtag Giant Sunflower Competition, or Sunflower Competition 2019. There's nobody to help us, so I'm going to have to do what I can. And as Nick said, yesterday's programme I put out, Nick's Allotment Diary, it's to the bend at the back of the flower. So I don't know how much you'll be able to see. Let's take a chance. Bloody chair spending everywhere.
Right, I've got a hook right on the bend. Oh, okay. It's not easy. So I've got a trap with my finger. $123. Right, I've measured 123 inches, which is get 123 inches first. Right. $312 centimeters. Well, 123 inches, 10 foot 3. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And it's not even in flower yet, just the bud. But I've got to measure it now before any of the local elephants land on it and flatten it. Anyway, that's my entry, Nick. I'm happy with that. I'm sure somebody will beat it. Well, I've got my standard for dinner. A couple of small cabbages. I've actually got a couple of turnips now for a change. Lost all the first lot, all went to seed. A couple of nice onions. Have you ever tried Yorkshire pudding with onion in? Bloody lovely, I made my own. Then I thought, well, tea time, we might just have a light salad. So, nice Lovejoy's cos, lettuce, and a few tomatoes. Tigerella, and the standard. What the bloody old weather now? Ailsa Craig's. You can't go wrong with them. But I'll be sticking to them two varieties next year, they're good enough. Okay guys, until next time, take care.